I was on a TV show called The Romeo Show on Nickelodeon, and yes, I played Romeo's sister, whatever. So, The Rock did an episode of our show.
That's right, and she got to meet him
again. At this point, we're talking
love.
height of WWE, right? Like, it was a thing. And I like my ex-boyfriend, his nephew was like into it. So like I would like take him to like go to the live events and stuff because, you know, of course the rest of the family was like, girl, we don't know.
Right, what is happening?
You got
on
the
wrestling
thing? Okay, yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody doing that like in it, right? So anyways, so he shows up on set or whatever, and let me tell you something. He was the nicest.
He's so sweet.
Like, he's so nice.
Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Players trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look.
All right, y'all. Well, welcome back to another episode of Sports Scene. You know me, I'm your girl, Erica Lynn O'Keefe. So this is where we break down sports like your best friend would. Make sure you understand what's going on, what's been happening lately, what's tea, so that you can go back and share with your friends and family.
Yes, what's tea? Come through. And as you guys know, I'm Gloria Govan, and today, we're diving into everything: NFL training camps, tennis buzz, to WNBA playoff push, and a deep dive into her jam, WWE, growing the growing empire, entertainment empire.
Yes.
So, you know what? Let's just dive into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna kick things off with the NFL this week. So I cannot believe we're almost back.
Isn't that crazy?
We're almost like, where's time going? Honestly, I feel like the summer's just like, anyways.
Time is a thief. This summer was stolen.
Dude, like we're basically almost halfway into August.
The boys start school next week.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Although, as a parent,
you know what? It's funny you say that.
Yeah.
As a parent, I know most parents are like, hallelujah. I know a lot of teachers are like some bullshit.
Right.
But this summer, because it was just so fast, I actually am like, we got to do nothing.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'm happy.
Right. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So that means that we're into training camps. So everybody's reporting and all that. Folks that made their big contracts, they got cashed out or whatever. I'm going to be honest with you. As a Niner fan, we're just here for the vibes this season. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what my team is doing. I don't think that...
Yeah, I'm a Raiders fan, so I'm basically right there with you.
Oh, you're always here for the vibes.
Okay. Okay. She tried to play us, guys. Okay, we bleed silver and black.
I'm just saying, you know, it's a thing. It is what it is. So as far as our rooting interests are concerned, we're just here to, we're just here for the fun of it. But other than that, I think we're kind of looking forward to seeing what the young boys can do this season. Last year was a breakout season for Jaden McDaniels, who plays for the Washington. What are they? The Commanders.
Now,
their
names.
The Washington Commanders. He had his rookie season last year, and he was phenomenal, like so much fun to watch. And so I'm very curious to see. This is the second year. People are now game planning for him. People know that he's coming. So let's see how he adjusts to that.
Right.
And if he can kind of keep them going, because I do think that they have promise as a team to be one of those.
Breakouts.
To be in the mix. Be in the mix.
I'm always interested to see how both players and teams adjust to adjustment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Phoenix had a really wild run, and obviously this is my squirrel moment, but it's going to come back around, I promise.
It's going to
connect. When breakout teams or players, they just have a phenomenal season, and then people kind of get upset because the following season people adjust and they may or may not perform as well as they assumed to do so. So there's going to be a lot of rookies that are coming out, that are going to have some good shine. Obviously, a lot of lights is going to be on Deion Sanders' boys.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yes,
So that's going to be some, whether it's controversy or how they show up and perform, but we'll obviously be keeping an eye on them too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the hope would be that they get a fair shot, right?
Absolutely.
Like they're actually able to go out there and do what they do, and then we'll see how they perform and give the same grace that we give to maybe some other rookies that are high profile that come into the league. You know what I mean? Like nobody's coming in ready made, right? So we'll kind of see how they respond and react to that. And to your point, it is a difference when you go from being the hunter to being the hunted, right? Like, so now all of a sudden you're on people's radar and people are paying more attention. This year for Hard Knocks, HBO does the Hard Knocks every year. Knocks. Yeah, so they're doing the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
And so they had their first episode recently, and something that was really fascinating to me, because the Bills and Josh Allen are on the clock every year, to win, because every year, he's via MVP last year and all of that. And I understand, like, listen, he one of them ones. Like, I love me some Josh Allen. He's definitely one of them ones. Yeah. Like, he balls out. But it's like, okay, but at some point, y'all got to get over the hump. And a lot of times it's their defense. So we'll see if their defense can
step up and
rise to the occasion. Yeah. But what was interesting to me is that, like, it feels like everyone in the organization, like, worships the ground that he walks on from top to bottom. Like, and I get it.
Yeah, I was like, fair.
Don't get me wrong. I get it. But I think it just, in the many years of watching Hard Knocks, right? Like, you hear the players talk about each other, and there's obviously respect and reverence, especially for the elite players. But it was something different about the way hearing the fan base, the organization, even the players talk about him. That was like,
he bowed down.
Yeah, like, I was like, this is.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's why I love shows like Hard Knocks, because it does give you a deeper dive into, like, some of the realities and how these organizations are playing out. I'll have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, definitely watch it and see. The tone was really interesting to me, for it to be kind of how they introduced the team to us, in this first episode. And it's only one episode, so I can't gauge on, like, his personality, because I can't tell if he is, like, the nerdy, humble dude that's like, hey guys, I just happen to be really good at football and I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell if it's that, or if he's kind of like, he's that guy, but he knows that he's on camera. So he is like, I can't really get a gauge of it yet. But I do think that there's just a lot of pressure on that team in particular, especially with them being on Hard Knocks and, kind of the spotlight being on them. I'm really intrigued to see kind of what happens on the Buffalo side of things. I think that probably might be one of my teams I'm most intrigued about.
Okay. You're not switching from Niners
No. It's Niner gang. Don't bang. Like, please don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? And believe me, right now, today, I'm like, we're just here for the vibes by whatever kickoff is, September, whatever it is. I'm like, and we're winning this year. So
this is true, y'all. Yeah, she is going to go Niners year.
We go from 0 to 100 really quickly.
I'm a realistic fan, okay? I know my Raiders where we stand. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to support them, but I'm definitely not like, it's our year. It's never our year.
Well,
it hasn't been our year in a long time.
That's the difference, though. We've been to the Super Bowl like 5 times in the last, you know what I mean? Like, we actually get there. It's just we fuck it up once we're there.
We're going to move on to the next segment. That's wild. We actually get there. Actually, Karina just sent me this wild TikTok, and I was like, it's so true.
See?
I'll have to share it with you guys. It's really
funny. Okay, so that's kind of where we are, obviously, as we get inch closer to the season. Also, we'll talk about more teams that we're kind of interested in, who kind of has a radar, and kind of go from there. But we can move right along to NBA and the global game.
Yeah, okay, so here's the deal. LeBron is reportedly talking to starting a global basketball league, right? It's been talked about, like everyone, they kind of dropped a little, hint a little bit. Okay. Very similar to Rival, what Rival is doing. I think it's like 3 teams or 4 and 4 teams or something like that.
Got it.
3 sets, 4 teams. I'm still gonna look it up for y'all to be specific. The players will get equity in the league, which is awesome. It's touring in different cities. Okay. There'll be men and women on one roster, which I found interesting. Oh. But needless to say, we'll see where it goes. There's this picture of him and what's his manager's name?
Nikolai Jokic's manager.
Rich Paul?
Yes.
Whew.
Yeah.
I can't think of, I don't want to be no one's name. Anyway, it was him, Rich Paul, and a bunch of people on this yacht.
Which was also Joker's manager, which is what had everybody
it's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. Yes. So everyone was like, thank you. My bad. I didn't realize. Everyone was like, this is the the kind of evil cabal team that's trying to put this together and raise something wild, like $6 billion or something, just to start it.
Got it.
So anywho, we'll see where that goes. We'll keep y'all posted. Do you think that's...
I mean, I guess I'd be very interested to see how, when, where, why, how. You know what I mean? What is...
Almost what's the point?
What's the point, right? Because different from the WNBA.
Right.
The WNBA plays during the summer and it's only a very short stint and they're not getting paid enough for that time period. So they were having to play overseas to help, survive, right?
Yeah.
And so then Unrivaled was created to help them be able to at least stay local, kind of keep them healthy-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not as grueling,
all of that, right? So and they have so many more months in a year to play in Unrivaled,
right?
Because their season is so short.
Yeah,
NBA season, we're already complaining and arguing about
it's how many
82
games.
days.
Yes.
82 games is too many. You know what I mean? So
8 months out of the year.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very curious to know: is this for people that aren't on NBA rosters? Is this for at what time of the year will it go on?
Right.
Injuries are already at all-time highs. So what are we, like, we need more?
Yeah. I would want to know. I mean, where's the talent coming from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To your point, are they retired? Are they, players that maybe didn't get as much run in the league? You still have the, what is it, the big three?
Yeah, that's the point of that. Yeah.
Exactly. So we'll see. I mean, I think the big three is starting to turn a little bit. I think it had really good interest and then it peaked and plateaued. And I think a little interest is starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah.
But that has to do with a lot of the drama and the fights.
Owner of it also doesn't. Yeah. I think he kind of lost a little of his grace.
Right, and how he's been executing.
Life. Yeah. So, okay. We'll we'll see.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm intrigued.
If there's a global league team happening, you will know about it because we will tell you.
What happened for you
first. Damn it.
So speaking of basketball and the WNBA, let's talk a little bit of the playoffs push because we are getting closer to the playoffs, which is obviously a very fun time in any sport, no matter what sport you're looking at. It's such a good time. So I have to start off by talking about my Sparks. Go Sparks, go. Okay, so my babies have been working, all right? I think we have won 5 out of the last 6 games.
They are killing. I'll give them that.
We finally got Cam Brink back, and she is balling. Like, she's instant upper for us, whatever. She's, like, averaging, like, 2 blocks a game. She's rebounded. Like, sis is doing her thing. But also, Ray Burrell and De'Erica Hamby have been, like, everyone is just crushing it. But Rakia Jackson, let me tell you something. The fact that homegirl is getting buckets like that, looking that fine, lets you know that God does have favorites. I'm just saying, you should not be that fine and be out there giving people buckets like that.
We have to show y'all a picture because this girl's dropped it gorgeous.
She's just like a Barbie doll. She's like a real life black Barbie. Like, Like what? And like with her lashes on, hair slicked back,
first of
her
all,
little headband.
That's what I want to know. When we interview our first female, I need to know what kind of makeup y'all wear. Because baby, let me explain something to y'all. Commercial breaks, you know how you have to interview in the middle of the game? They don't have not a nothing, not a smudge. This lash is hanging on for dear life. And I've just been sitting here. Y'all been playing games, sweating.
That part.
You know what I mean? Balling.
That part.
And not a near nothing out of place.
I can't type.
I just need to know.
These nails are too long for me. Right? And I can't type with anything longer than these. They be out there with this and like
girl killing.
It's insane. So yes, needless to say, my girls are on our playoff push. So we are definitely a team to watch right now because I do think if we can make the playoffs, then we can make it interesting. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that we're gonna win it all, but I do think with having whose homegirl just came from Vegas
Kelsey
to us,
Plum.
with having Kelsey
Plum.
On our team, she kind of brings that stability. She's a floor general. She's been.
I can tell you the Aces are missing her.
Hello?
Yeah, the Aces are missing. But real quick too,
They
also
stink.
if you didn't see it, there was this double overtime where the Sparks won against Seattle.
Yes.
We were somewhere and we could only watch it on the phone.
Yeah.
And so we were both like getting dressed, Derek and I was like, what happened? What happened? I was like, OT. Damn, double overtime.
Yes.
Like, it was really good.
That was one of those games where like everyone was trying their best to lose.
Yeah.
But also win.
But
also lose.
They were so tired and you could tell.
Yeah, we had a 5-point lead in each last 2 minutes of each one and somehow like tricked it off every time.
But it was good. So it was adorable.
Yeah, so it's really been awesome right now. Like there's a lot of teams playing really well. We really hope that Nafisia Collier from the Minnesota Lynx, she got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this is kind of one of those things, right? When we're talking about coaches and when's the appropriate time to take your starters out, they were blowing out the Aces by 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
So much so that the Aces had already waved the white flag. They had already taken out their starters.
Yeah.
So it was already curious to me that she was still in the game anyway. Yeah. Then she got hurt, and now it's like, granted, they already are. They don't even have to play their starters for the next couple of weeks if they don't want to.
But it doesn't matter. But now you've jeopardized one of your primary players to do that, and it's an interesting perspective in terms of when to take your star player out, and we've had this internal conversation for different circumstances, but it is a very interesting kind of like perspective when you leave your star player in, or you take them out, or you feel like you take them out because you're like, I don't want to risk injury, and we're going to, as a coach, do you, if you've already waved the white flag, maybe your team or your players do or do not know that yet, but if you've pulled all your starters out, that's essentially your, signal to say, all right, we'll get them the next time. So I'm always a fan of just I think so. Sit them down. I can't stand when I see their star players in late, especially if there's a lead.
I agree.
I get it. You are a tie, like all those. We're not talking about those
10 and under and all that type of stuff.
But
exactly.
If you're getting blown out, and it's like a legit 19, 20, sit down.
Yeah, they were
it's
up over 20. Like, a good example of that, so the Sparks were playing Indiana last night, and we were up like 10, maybe 12 or something like that, maybe even more or whatever, with only maybe 3-4 minutes left to play in the fourth. So he did take them out, but then the lead started to go away, and now it was low enough to where it was danger zone. So then he had to put him back in. I don't mind that.
I don't either,
because we have enough cushion to where our starting five should be able to come back in. At least you got to rest.
And you just don't know, right? That's a risk. It's kind of like, okay, well, if your teammates end up losing the lead, all right, get back in there. Just to make sure that we win, right? You can put 2 or 3 other your starters back in, but to keep them in and risk injury, risk fatigue, all that for what?
Exactly. Here's hoping that she comes back healthy by the time playoffs start. I don't think we have a full update on kind of like how severe the injury was.
Okay.
I think that if it was more severe, it would have been a thing. News.
Yeah.
Because Minnesota, obviously, I think is still the team to beat this year in terms of.
I agree. I mean, we talked. We talked a little bit about the Aces and Kelsey Plum leaving.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't realize, and if you have been paying attention even just a little bit, so there's a new player, Jewel Lloyd, and she played her entire career on Seattle, but now she plays for the Aces. And I just feel like she's just, she's struggling, just finding her kind of groove a little bit, her rhythm with the team.
Yeah, she just hasn't been a good fit with them. And I don't know if it is a personnel situation in terms of just the role they're asking her to play is just not working for her, or just being in a new environment or style of play, or what it is. But she's such a good player.
A great player.
And she's a great player, and so you would think that, and I get it, right? They try to bring her in to fill the Plum void, but it just has not clicked. And because of it, they have just not.
They haven't figured it out.
Yeah, Asia's
doing everything she can. Poor baby. She's working overtime.
Baby, she's doing what she can, but it just has not been good.
I know.
So I think it's kind of, we'll see. Like, I think because of that, you look at the Minnesotas, you look at New York, you know what I mean? And then you get a couple more that might just be anything can happen in
Seattle.
In a playoff series. Seattle and all that. So I do think that if you haven't fully tapped into the WNBA and you're at least WNBA curious, now
playoffs is a time.
This is a good time to tap in, even leading into it, because there's so few teams and there's so few, like their series go a little faster. Like right now it's playoffs for a lot of them, and so the intensity is high.
I love the playoffs.
It's really really good time. So I would definitely check out the ladies.
Yeah, check the ladies out. Speaking of the ladies, we want to give some of our flowers to Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah.
Let's talk Angel Reese a little bit. She became the fastest WNBA forward to hit 500 points in rebounds, which is she's killing it.
Yeah.
She dropped a triple-double in game 38, so we just want to make sure we give you your flowers.
Shout out to the Black Barbie, Angel Reese. She's, as we all know, has been well documented, the hard time that she's gotten,
always received,
and all the hate that she receives, and people talk about her rebounding and she shot better, well, homegirl is out there putting up the points. That work that she put in, unrivaled. And being able to work with Lisa Leslie. Really, you can see it. You see the work paying off, and she is really coming into form. So shout out to Angel Reese. Watching her game blossom before our eyes has really been a treat and a pleasure. And so congrats to her. And then we want to talk about Sophie Cunningham, or whatever. She plays for the Indiana Fever.
Yep.
And so obviously when it comes to the Fever, a lot of the spotlight goes to Caitlin, but honestly her team has been balling out. Leah Boston, sorry, and then Sophie Cunningham. Sophie has her own signature shoe.
Yep.
Which is really awesome.
She got to deal with Arby's.
Yeah. Who?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I just know, we have all the meat.
Who among us is keeping our... I am convinced that it is a money laundering operation.
In Arby's?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen anyone in an Arby's.
Who keeping it alive?
I have no idea.
And how do they pay for them commercials? Because they're always in prime.
They're everywhere. And they're everywhere. And then they keep scaling. I'm like, why y'all popping up places? I don't see anybody in the drive-thrus. I don't see anyone in the stores.
Maybe it's just not a West Coast thing. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe.
And then I'm not checking for them when I go anywhere else. So
anywhere. Because no one's ever in there. You know what I mean? So you're always like,
but shout out to Arby's because they done paid Sophie Cunningham
a lot of money.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead,
get your coin
or
whatever.
Go ahead to Sophie. Shit, go ahead and get your bag.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
she's got her pregame fashion going on.
She is. She's adorable.
She's so cute. She's so fly. She got her 4.6 million followers. She's really doing the darn thing.
Yeah.
And she's also launching a podcast.
That's right.
More women in sports. We're here for it. So this week we just wanted to give a little extra love to Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham. Keep doing your thing, ladies.
Yes. I mean, and we're going to actually kick off with the females going, because I got to talk about my girl Coco in tennis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she brought one in, right? So Coco, who's obviously, if you guys don't know, that's just weird. You should Google her, because we're not going to spend time explaining how awesome she is.
Yes.
So anywho, she just grabbed her second win at the major at the French Open. And I don't know about you guys, but I actually have really started enjoying watching tennis.
Oh, I love tennis.
Like, I've like enjoyed it. But now,
you're like in it now.
I look for it now.
Yeah.
So
that's
I just FYI, guy. My love for tennis has grown. You're welcome. Because now I'm going to bring it down for you.
Love that for us.
But yeah, we have, and this is I know how to pronounce this one. Sabalenka.
Yes.
Look at me. I'm growth all the way.
Go team.
Just growth all the way right here. Here we go.
Yes.
But she's been making headlines on and off the court. She did a topless poolside Instagram. Okay.
She got a little sexy
moment.
with it.
I haven't seen it, but baby, okay, do your thing. But also she's been killing it in the Wimbledon run. So,
yeah,
it's a good balance.
We have the U.S. Open is coming soon. It kicks off August 24th, and that is obviously it's in the Bronx and in New York.
We should go.
So we should definitely. We're gonna go.
We're gonna go,
you guys. It's definitely. I've always wanted to go because it looks like a fun time. I hear it's like one big party. It's a really great time.
New York.
So Coco will have the entire crowd behind her, rooting for all of our American players, obviously will. But in particular, our little princess, Coco, if you will have everybody behind her. So we're hoping that, and it essentially caps off the major season for them, the tour. It's the end of it for them. So it's kind of like the height. So we're hoping that she can bring it home at home on the home soil this year. And we're really looking forward to it. Yeah, it should be a fun one.
She's adorable. I like it. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to try to go.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna be there in spirit.
Yeah, no. We're watching regardless of such, and it's easier. It's easier time. Yeah, we should do a watch party. It's easier time frames because it's East Coast. So the other tournaments are all out of the country, right?
This is true.
And as a fanatic, like tennis is actually one of my top sports. It's like one of my top 5 sports to watch.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I would especially in the Serena and Venus days, I would set my alarm and get up and watch it like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, midnight, and all that type of stuff. Whatever.
That's dedication.
To watch them live. Because here's my thing, and we'll move on to the next subject, but. I don't like watching sports on recorded. Like if I don't watch it live, then I'm just not watching it. Because at that point, just give me the results.
Yeah, the highlights and all the things.
The highlights, or whatever. Like I'm not doing it.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah. So because of that, I'm like, well, if I'm that dedicated to watching it, then I'm just gonna get up to watch it.
Watch it.
Yeah, and watch it. Go. Yeah, and then go or whatever. So I've been in. So I like the U.S. Open because at least it's only 3 hours ahead, and usually I'm awake anyway.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll take
look at us doing a thing.
Yeah.
You know what sport I don't watch now that Tiger isn't in it?
Golf.
Correct.
You're not golfing? I'm
gonna keep it a buck with y'all. If it is not a sport that is native to my people, I don't care as much. And so, because I'll be there to root for everybody black.
Yep.
And so when Tiger was no longer a thing,
it was like, so anyway.
I was like, oh, I like McIlroy, I think, and a couple of sprinter, or just roll and all stuff. Like good on them, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be like, let me
go find
what?
Yeah,
exactly.
See, Derek is a go find golf.
Yeah, okay.
So I am like, I guess, and he gets irritated because he'll put it on and then he'll go into like the bathroom to change or something. And girl, I am quick to be like, whoop, that's crazy. And he comes back out and he's like, I'm like, huh? Well, who did that?
Right, that's
not nice. I can't watch golf.
Okay.
I like the highlights of golf.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I just want to see who drove it the best, like who won. I also will just catch it because golf is a really long.
It's long.
It's really long. So you got like a couple days to play. I'm just going to catch it on the last day.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I don't need to.
Yeah, when we're down to the main people. Because I don't need to see the folks who's bogeying all the time.
Thank you. I just want the last, you know what I mean? I just need the last day, kind of the back at 9, you know, and then we're solid. Okay. And then that's it.
But they're having a moment right now?
They are.
Okay,
yes,
they're very popular. CBS, their ratings are up. It's the highest it's been in about 7 years and all that stuff, which I guess is money to, or like really music to PGA's ears because they are dealing with the rivalry of LIV.
Yeah.
And so knowing that the PGA is still,
battling,
rebelling, and that their ratings are going up, it's traditional and all that type of stuff. I think that is kind of probably has to be good for them. I guess my question for you is, and this kind of goes back to even thinking about the Bron and them trying to do their own global and stuff like that. How do you feel about these independent leagues trying to come up and rival the ones that we've
traditionally kind of supported? I'm always here. I think there's enough for everyone. I just like, okay, we'll just stick with LIV and golf, right? For example, like Tiger was in, PGA. I think there's a tradition to certain sports, like golf or tennis or cricket, right? Like there's just kind of this like kind of traditional like, follow through that people normally have. And I feel like when you just try to modernize things, I don't know. I think that's that's where you end up losing. You lose just a different perspective. And I understand that most of the secondary leagues are trying to garner younger audiences and trying to engage them a little bit more. I just, because I feel like they think that it's going to become a lost art if they don't modernize it. But I don't know that. I don't know that it's necessary.
Yeah, golf is a traditional sport in its nature. And to your point, it is the golf, it is the tennis. It's these ones that are kind of always been a little bit more prim, more proper to an extent. And so you're not going to, and it's straightforward, right? Like you're hitting the ball in a hole. Right. You're not going to modernize, and outside of like it being kind of more for fun, right? Like like a Topgolf type thing, whatever that, you're not going to modernize it any more than either people are into it or they are not.
And I do feel like leagues like Rival, they've come out of necessity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's Whereas like LIV and has just done it because they want to try to make it fun and bright and loud and things like that. I just don't think it's necessary. Whereas Rival is super necessary. Yeah. So
that makes sense.
So I don't know.
That. I get it.
Here we are.
That makes sense. Well, if golf is your thing, then the PGA is still going strong. Going to check it out. Rory McIlroy,
and they still have drama, right? Like, they're still battling.
They're still battling it out. You know what I mean? I only really know Rory right now.
Oh, McIlroy.
His name is the only one I really know.
I know old school. Again, going back, I know old school. Justin Rose, Ian Poulter, obviously Tiger. Like those are kind of Otherwise,
okay. Well, go golf.
Go golf. I cannot. Let's go golfing. Let's go golfing.
Right, it's like, go golfing.
Yes. I like golf, though. I'm lying. I like Topgolf.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I will
fix that real fast.
Topgolf is my jam.
That's my shit. I play the games that they have on it, so always like, you got to hit what?
Absolutely.
Yeah, lose or take a shot. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're competitive. We got to do a Topgolf episode.
Do a Topgolf
episode. We'll do a Topgolf episode. Karina, write it down. Okay, so, okay.
Oh my gosh, this is her jam, y'all. Because I'm not going to talk for the next 4.5 minutes. We're going to do WWE. And I just want to say, because look at her, she's so excited. Yeah. My only tie to WWE are Isaiah and Carter, who were huge. Do you remember?
Yes.
They were huge WWE fans, loved John Cena, had the briefcase with the wristbands. We even took him to New York to go to a wrestling match. They were in love. And so much so, do you remember how the boys used to think, how they used to say John Cena's?
Oh.
Was it John Cena or The Rock?
I think it was The Rock.
Can you smell The Rock?
Yeah.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Yes.
First of all, they're going to kill me for this. But they used to be like, Maku say Maku maha. And I used to be like, what?
It was a hardcore debate.
They were like 5. Me and her were like, excuse me? What language was that? And they were like, that's what The Rock says when he comes out. And we were like, absolutely not. She sat there and was like, let me explain something to y'all. She pulled up YouTube and we did the whole debate with some 5-year-olds.
We sure did.
To battle them down.
It was a serious conversation.
I swear to God, y'all, they legit were like, they thought The Rock came out and said, Omakuse, Omakusa.
Oh my God.
And we were like, and I was like,
all about
is that how they say, I was like, is that like a tribal scream? Like, what is happening?
Yes.
And they were like, no, seriously. And me and her were like,
we would die laughing.
Absolutely
I totally
not.
forgot about that. That was so funny. Yes, that was a fun time. So we've been in it.
There's my WWE segment.
Right,
I'm going to stop talking, and here you are.
Also, super fun fact. So The Rock did an episode. I was on a TV show called The Romeo Show on Nickelodeon. And yes, I played Romeo's sister, whatever. So The Rock did an episode of our show.
That's right. And she got to meet him.
Again, at this point, we're talking height of WWE, right? Like, it was a thing. And I, like, my ex-boyfriend, his nephew was like into it. So like, I would like take him to like go to the live events and stuff. Because, you know, of course, the rest of the family was like, girl, we don't know.
Right, what is happening?
You got
on
the
wrestling thing?
Okay, yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody doing that like in it, right? So anyways, so he shows up on set or whatever. And let me tell you something. He was the nicest.
He's so sweet.
Like, he's so nice. Like, it was really refreshing because 90% of y'all's faves are assholes. Let me just...
Yeah, no, you shouldn't meet your heroes. It's
awful
weird.
people. Just awful people. Like, even the people you think aren't awful. Awful people. 9 times out of 10, though, a lot of the AAA list megastars are actually the nicer ones. It's always like B through B and down that are like the worst, and then the people who work with them, right? Like
they're
a lot of the mega, like Will Smith, nicest person on the face of the freaking planet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, most of the people that are like real stars are kind of like, I mean, yeah, no, I'm here. Hey, right. So, anyways, super nice guy. But in the initial scene, I get to like jump in his arms because, you know, the writers know that I'm a big fan, so they wrote it in, so I could jump in his arms. So I'd be like, oh, I did it wrong.
Right.
You should do that
20
again.
takes later.
Exactly. And every time he'd just be like, okay.
He's like, sure, girl, go for it.
I have a
you
photo.
Like rub his neck. You're like, hey, that's so weird. You smell really good.
I'll send you guys the photo of it, or so we can post it in there. I also have a clip from it that I think it's on my Instagram. Whatever. But anyways, nicest guy. So that was my one time where I got to meet The Rock, and thankfully he was everything that I would have hoped he would be. So shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So anyways, here's the thing with the WWE. So Erin Andrews, who's like,
she's talking to me like I know. I have no
clue.
You know
who Erin Andrews is?
Maybe by face.
She's a sports reporter.
Oh, yes. Okay. Got it. I thought WWE, see where I was headed. I was already zoned out, girl.
So she's moving into WWE because it is such a global phenomenon. Like, it died down for some years naturally. And then like, I feel like over the last like maybe 4 or 5 years or so, probably post-pandemic, it is just skyrocketing. Like, I didn't pay attention for a while, and then like one of my shout out to my little brother Anthony from Clipper Nation. He got me back into it, and then like now I'm like in. We went to WrestleMania when it was here in LA.
WrestleMania is what I was thinking. Yeah,
it was
they
really
have like
awesome.
1 million attendees.
Yeah, it's
just wild.
WrestleMania is a 2-day event, and it is obviously in football stadiums, and it is one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Yeah, like, just the the energy of the fans in the building, like all of it is just it's like nothing that you ever experienced. And they're in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, once the show is on, everyone's in their seat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we getting our cocktails beforehand, honey, because we're not missing the entrance. We need to know who running out. We need to know, like, it was intense. I was like, okay, I feel it though. I'm trying to go next year in Vegas, like, because hello, it was a vibe. So WrestleMania is huge, but it's also broadcast around the world. So you're talking about it is at
maybe that's where the million people come in.
That's where the billion comes in. Okay. It rivals Super Bowl. So for America, if Super Bowl is our largest sporting event, and since there's 1 billion people watching at a time, WrestleMania is literally on par with...
I'm going to start wrestling then. Yeah. Shoot, hello.
It's a thing. No, so me and one of my friends looked it up. So apparently, actually, me and Jordan looked it up. Shout out to Jordan, because Lord, Jordan the brand. Hey guys. So anyways, if I don't bring them on the podcast, they're gonna kill me.
Okay, we got them. There we go. Next ones.
So anyways, we looked it up, and so the top performers are making like a couple million a year, and then if you're just in a lower roster, you're like at like 300,000 and up or something like that. But they're basically all year round. So in the WWE, if just really quickly, if you're not familiar, they have Monday night, Friday night, and then they added in like some special stuff kind of sometimes on Saturdays, and then they have their like actual pay-per-view events that happens like every couple months.
Aren't there, speaking of secondary leagues, aren't there like AEW?
So AEW, come on, she was close. Yes. So it kind of, it's almost like the G League.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
okay,
so
cute.
it kind of operates as kind of like their development league. And then I think there's also another that's like not necessarily directly tied or whatever. And I think they're doing decently, but AEW would be the other like that people really know. Yeah. And then people kind of end up graduating, if you will.
Into
or
the
like,
WWE?
Yeah, or kind of
What was it, WWF before,
It was WWF before, so they just had another major event, which was SummerSlam, and it was cool. It was a 2-day. They made it now. It's growing so much that it went from a 1-day event to now it's a 2-day event or whatever. It was in New York, and huge event, and they brought back Brock Lesnar, however you say his name is, which was really controversial. So this is the issue around the WWE right now, and them trying to. I
just remember the Undertaker.
Yes, a long time ago. He's still around though. He doesn't wrestle, but like he still does.
And the twins, the Bella girls, Bella twins.
So Nikki just came back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is she the one that had the baby?
No.
Or they both have babies.
No, Bree has the baby.
Brie has the baby.
Yeah,
Got
she
it.
has 2 kids with another wrestler. But she's essentially retired and living her like wonderful family white picket fits life. Yeah, Nikki's like, and I'm back. Nikki just came back and she's doing her thing. You could tell she's still getting her bearings and all that type of stuff. The big controversy around the WWE has been the Vince McMahon. You know that name? Yes. Or whatever.
The announcer.
The owner, like the creator of.
Is he the one that and he does the announcement? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Like boxing?
Yeah.
No, baby.
This is why I stopped. This is why I don't even enter the WWE conversation. You know what I'm talking about?
Anywho.
But I do know Vince McMahon, though. I feel like
you would know
if I knew if I saw his face.
Yes, you definitely know him.
Names.
Anyways, he did some really not great things and has a whole legal case against him. So they have stepped him down, at least forward facing from the company. Well, a wrestler, Brock, who was also tied into that stuff, whatever, was also away for obvious reasons.
Oh, and they brought him
back this past weekend. In addition to, so Triple H. Remember Triple H?
Remember Triple H.
Triple H is running the show now. And Triple H was just at the White House.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got a lot going on. Can we just bring back Roman Reigns, who was...
So Roman has the job that I aspire to. He shows up to work about 5 times a year. Okay, still one of the highest paid performers
and
because he's still the top dog.
Fine.
He shows up, he's just fine, wrestles real quick, and then goes home.
And then he's like, so anyway,
and he's like, I'll catch y'all at the next
couple. Mm-hmm. Yeah, once a quarter.
When's the next main event pay-per-view? Okay, I'll be there about 2 to 3 episodes before that to set up my storyline. I'm gonna wrestle at that one, and then I'm gonna holla again.
Right,
okay?
And he's like, and there you have it.
So he just showed up this past weekend. We ain't seen him for 2 months.
Dang. I mean, but I feel you.
Same.
He's so fine as shit.
He shows up, be fine, wrestle, and go home.
And that's it. Go
ahead.
And
then stares very sexy into the camera.
Yes. What was it? With the eyebrow?
I don't know, but
yeah.
Yes.
Smolder?
Yeah.
It's a smolder.
Yeah, he smolders.
He smolders. You can smolder me all day, bro.
God bless Mrs. Reigns. Good for her.
What?
Hello?
If you need a side chick.
Hello? Anywho, so they got a lot going on. There's a lot of controversy around the WWE, which I think has fans torn. But as with everything in this country, it's kind of one of those things that, like, most of the things we enjoy are ran by awful people. Mm-hmm. So you have to just pick and choose your battles and which ones is worth kind of standing on the hill or not. And I'm undecided in terms of how I feel about the WWE because it was a big slap in the face and it is a big slap in the face. But it is.
You love the sport.
It sucks because it's at the height of its product. You know what I mean? In terms of like, it's been so much fun to watch, and I think as sports fans, we kind of are faced with this as a whole a lot. Like when you really think about most of the teams that you like, most of the leagues that you like, most of all that type of stuff, there is something controversial within it, whether it is the owners in the league, whether it is players on your team. You know what I mean? Think about how many times, you found out that random player has a domestic violence case or has a blah, 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 blah. You still want to root for said team, but they have this player on the team. And if they're going to keep him on the team, your morality is now in question because it's like, do I want to support this or do I go? And I think we're faced with that a lot in life, period. But in particular with our sports fandom. Yeah. And it's always a challenge. And so I think the WWE is kind of in that place right now and kind of they're on the Summer Jam screen right now, if you will, in the sense of there's at least enough fans that are kind of now most of their fans are probably the people who don't care, but a lot of us are faced with that kind of moral dilemma, if you will, between, it's like, do we watch the NFL when we were trying to support Kaepernick or do we not? It's like kind of all those things. So I think that's kind of the hard part sometimes of sports fandom. And this is obviously not life or death. Like we can obviously just not support it, right? But like it is is a pastime that we enjoy because it is escapism for us from reality, and we have really become invested in it, and we want to be able to continue to stay invested in it because there's so many great people who work. Right?
Yeah.
Like the actual athletes themselves, a lot of them are really great people and they don't deserve to be penalized for it. But how do we continue to support these major institutions knowing that they're participating in, supportive of, or bringing people back that they go against,
your own moral code.
That are just awful people,
Do you wait to see how they bounce back? Do you because I don't know that any organization is like on an apologetic tour.
Oh, they're not.
You know
he doesn't.
Yeah.
So what Hunter did was Triple H is he canceled the press conference after.
Oh, he was like, woohoo, we don't want that smoke.
And he only did the press conference with their internal team. Yeah, exactly.
He just tweeted the answers. He was like, hey, y'all.
It was live. It's just that there's the press conference with like press, and then there's the one with like the guys who work for the show, and so they can softball him, like that type of stuff. They work for him. But press don't work for him, so they're gonna ask. So you brought homeboy back. What about this litigation that they got going on? You know what I mean? Like, and he avoided that. So I know that there was Monday night. I didn't watch it or whatever. Not even because I was boycotting, just because life. But I didn't watch it. So we'll see. I didn't hear. I'm not on Twitter right now, so I don't know what the conversation is.
Yeah.
But my assumption would be that he probably will not be apologetic about it, and they're doing so well. This is the problem, right? Because they're doing so well that like if not enough people have enough, like a few thousands of us complaining on Twitter is not going to move the needle enough. So why would he come in and
apologize? Then it just brings more attention to it. Then people are like, well, what happened? Yeah. So we'll see.
So it's an endless cycle for us as fans of things like this because. Because
we like the sports.
Because I like the sports. Sports are my jam. Sports. This is why we're here. We're sportsing and stuff. And y'all, we can't even sports because y'all are awful people.
Right. Fucking evil cabal. Stupid.
Stop being awful.
Y'all are stupid.
All right. So that was my WWE rant for the foreseeable future. We won't really circle back until there's something to circle back on.
Until we get our shit together. But what we will circle back on is our dedication to the NHL. We're doing really well, guys. I've learned so much. Y'all don't even know.
Locked in.
What I'm not going to do, though, is pronounce that name, who just signed the record-breaking contract. I think it was like $120 million for like 7. You're going to try it? For like 7 years.
Really?
Which is huge.
Kaprizov. Cool.
Kirill Kaprizov.
He got paid how much?
Kaprizov.
As long as they spell it right on the check.
Everyone's like, just stop.
As long as they spell it right on the check.
As long as it deposits and clears. $120 million. For like 7, which is huge in the NHL. So everyone's like, hold the phone, people.
Yeah.
What about my bag? What about my coin? So everyone's, it's like a good thing because it's at the standard, but also everyone's like, well, hold on. Let's compare stats here, people.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
Oh, so he's going to be the guy that's shifting it now.
But also he's going to be the guy on the ice. Everyone's like,
yeah, I'm punching you in the face extra hard.
Yeah, you think you're worth 120? Let me show them what I'm worth.
Extra hard.
Exactly. Yeah, let me take off my gloves beforehand.
Right. Okay. Well, get your coin. Because, I feel like the NHL is one of those ones that, like, is super steady, like, as a league. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like their popularity
they don't go up they're super just look at this, just floating here.
They got the owners got the coin?
Yeah. No, that's a big boy. That's a big, like, jump.
Wow.
Yeah, this is, like, record-breaking. So
okay, well, good for you, sir. Y'all. That is our NHL update. Look at us doing a thing.
Crazy enough.
Yeah. So that's that on that.
Yeah, that's literally a wrap, guys. We gave you guys everything that we could and is happening, both trendy, highlights, facts, opinions, all the things. So that's our sportsing solo episode for the week.
Yes. We'll be back next week with a really awesome episode. If you guys checked out JD's episode last week, or if you haven't yet, please make sure you check it out. It was really, really good. He really fed us in a lot of ways and had some really great gems in that. And next week's episode, you guys will find out who next week, is just as good with just as many gems. One of the things that I'm really proud that we're like really doing now is diving in. Like, obviously we're going to give you guys these episodes, which kind of catch you up on like what's happening kind of on a surface level with sports, but like being able to talk to people who are using sports to kind of do some
great work.
Impactful work is something that really matters to us as well. So we're hopeful to bring in more people who are doing those things, but not only are they doing impactful, they're being impactful in their communities, but they're also doing it on high levels, you know what I mean? And they're working with some of the people that you guys love. So these episodes really mean, I mean, all the episodes mean a lot to us, but those ones are really, really, really cool. So we hope that we can keep
feeding
bringing
you guys
that, and you guys like
100%.
that type of stuff. So let us know.
Yeah, for real.
Comment, share, you know what I mean?
Subscribe.
Especially commenting. Let us know if this is the kind of things that you guys are enjoying hearing from us.
If you have questions.
If you have any questions and things along that nature, we're happy to hear all of that because we want this to feel like community. Eventually, you know, when we're big enough and we're going on tour and we're coming out and actually meeting you guys and all that type of stuff, that is the goal. So we're hoping to build a community around it. So please make sure that you're telling a friend, telling a family member, passing it along, and we thank you for your support so far.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys. We love you. We see you. Until next time.